Alrighty, guys. Yeah, bringing you another one of my Athenian League games. This one here is versus ChronoJJ. So we've already played Dark Soul, then the Super Saiyan. Now we're playing Chrono, and followed by this we'll have Gamma Judah. So yeah, tight finish to the group here. Chrono, Gamma Judah, and myself are all kind of competing for these top spots. So yeah, should be some good games. So yeah, we're just gonna watch my point of view for this one and kind of go over what's happening and yeah, talk about the game here. So ChronoJJ's home map, he's chosen Step, and he's opening up obviously with his Poseidon, which he's really been enjoying playing a lot. Yeah, obviously Chrono is a pretty busy man, being a dad, one of the OGs in the community. So yeah, he doesn't quite have the time to play all the gods and do those things. So he likes to play as Poseidon, and he is pretty proficient on it. So I was pretty nervous coming into these games. A lot of respect for Chrono and his gameplay. I think he's a very, very good player, but also pretty excited to play this game. So there should be good fun. So yeah, his home map Step, Poseidon. So I decided let's go Odin into that. I feel like it just gives me the best chance. I have the Valkyries, the raiding cavalry, the speed. I'm not wanting to play infantry units that kind of get hit by the centaurs too much, or it's nice to have the raiding cavalry. I like this matchup. I think it's a good fun matchup. So yeah, super down to play this one, especially on an open map too. I'm very happy just to play full pop and spam units out. It's not like he needs a heroic age to play or anything like that. So yeah, so game plan here. Look, I know Chrono ups pretty fast and is very good at the early pressure. So we just got to make sure that we're defending that appropriately. Usually if you survive without too much idle time or any losses, then the game is very playable. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Just make sure we build our base correctly, and get up and get going. Now, kind of build order wise here, I think I end up upping like 4, 18, 17, whatever the number is these days. Would have loved to have actually just prepped a little bit for like a 4-minute build, just to deal with the early heroes, things like that. But anyway, we'll see if we can make this one work. So yeah, just not too much to talk about at the moment in this game. You might hear a little bit of sounds of me in the background while I'm playing. Was pretty nervous, and stressed out of coming into these games. So yeah, you might hear me just make some sighs and just try to like deal with that. So yeah, early great hunt for myself. Look, the hunt is outside of the base. I know you get more in the next stage, but really, like, we just want to be on the home hunt for as long as possible so we can get our units out. Once we get that mass going, we can start taking these trades with Poseidon. So yeah, for this matchup, I really do just like using the great hunt in the base. Really nice to kind of get a back patch here. That obviously does help a lot. Still definitely can be pressured. I've got forward berries and chickens, which is a bit tricky, and my gold mine's a bit to the side. You can kind of see this area at the back of my base that's complete green pastures. Would have been nice to have some resources there, but we don't, so yep, we got to adjust and we have to play. Ravens coming out, so just for the Ravens, getting one to scout the darkness, and just getting the other one going straight to his base and try to see what he's up to. Last dwarf coming out, and yeah, up through Freya. No surprises there with that one. Yeah, and just trying to hammer the Q button, get these horses out as fast as possible. We need to get a wall up to defend this, and we really want a wall on the bottom side. They're just super important for me right now. He does well. He's got his hero right there by his temple. Kills Raven straight away. Unfortunate for me. Nice pickup for JJ. We still got another Raven going round, so that's okay. Yeah, and he's going to be coming for me very, very shortly here. So you can see I kind of get these walls up, and now there's a centaur that can't kill the wall. So I'm going to kind of just come down here and see if I can, start walling up this kind of stuff, get these hearses down, even pull this hearser off and say, look, the one that comes out of the temple can finish that. He's going to come hit this spot now, which he does. So yeah, we are going to be able to kind of track this centaur here, but all of my villagers, I really should have done a better job here and been on the hunt on the far right side in the wood there. He just kind of casts one ability and idles a lot of villagers there. Does take a bit of damage from the center for it. We are going to wall behind him as he kind of leaves the base. But then JJ coming in on the other side with the heroes here to really pressure this wood line and this food. So yeah, I'm going to have to just pull back. We're going to jump on a straggler tree there. Going to heal this villager. Really lucky not to lose that one, but we take those. And yeah, now we got our hearses coming out. We should kind of be able to trade a bit. Kind of distract the Atalanta on that side while my hearses kind of deal on that side. So yeah, we are able to kind of force them out my base. So that's super nice for us. Really long gold here. Yeah, these dwarves kind of just eating up all of the gold. So do need to get those off auto queue and get gatherers going. So we are obviously onto the berries now, which sucks. So his pressure has been good. It has done the job. We are going to be able to shoot through back and use it. But once again, he's just forcing more idle time. So nice little opening from JJ. Been unlucky not to get a Vil kill on me, but yeah, I'm very happy he didn't. Going to get our Great Hall out, double Great Hall. Pretty much standard stuff into Poseidon. Yeah. Valkyrie moving around, almost got that centaur, but JJ responding well and coming in. And now I was a little bit scared for this Valkyrie because JJ does know his moves. He's going to use some units to try body block and snare and get it, you know, in a bit of a tough spot. Managed to just zip out of that one. Raiding cavalry comes to hit the Atalanta. Going to lose a raiding cavalry for it, I think. No, we managed to hit heal, and then the Odin healing bonus and a little bit of a speed walk away from those Hippias. Really lucky once again. So it's a villager and a raiding cavalry that I've kept alive. All of these little bits add up, so I'm really happy about that one. Yeah, so just trying to fix the eco up. As you can see, it's just a messy game. North's trying to build, defend, get things going. Always a bit rough at the start with heroes in your face, but now we've got double Great Hall up, we've got our walls up. Really comfortable now. Really happy to try and play this game out. Just not overextending with the slow hearses here. I just aware of this matchup here. I don't need to be going super hard and trying to win and take fights right now. I've still got a bit of hunt in my base. We still got heaps of food in the base, so you know, I'm just kind of waiting till I get a bit more of a mass. The raiding cavalry kind of beat the Hippias out on mass. Obviously 1v1, the Hippias are going to win those trades. See that centaur? I don't know how he snuck that one around to the side and threw another special at me, so a little more idle time. Nice moves from JJ with a low health centaur just to squeeze a little bit more value out of that one. Got our other raven popping out now, so we've got the whole map kind of scouted out. I'm going to kind of look for that centaur after healing some villages. Just getting our houses up, just trying to, get things going a bit more smoothly again. Yeah, as you can see, we are just hurting from that early game a little bit. Now our hunt's run out. We do want to make a move out for this hunt. And as I do, grab your hearses, get everyone over there. Just need one berserk in the base, making houses, armory, maybe all of that kind of stuff. I don't really want to be on the berries right now. I do want access to this hunt. And I think I've got enough dudes to kind of defend it now. See the main group of his Hippias just there. So I'm going to leave my hearses just sitting on top of the hunt there. A little group of 2 or 3 Hippias come in. I should be able to defend that one. Really should, when I come out for this hunt, I think I should be getting survival equipments when I move out. I think in these raidy style matchups, super good. I think JJ even did get the villager health relic, which I kind of missed on the things popping up there on the start. Huge relic in this kind of matchup. Managed to get us around on the Atalanta, so that's nice. So trading up, she's pretty expensive to rebuild, so always a nice pick to get that one. Just going to come over here and gather some favor, just with a couple of raiders. I don't want to commit too many raiders to gathering favor. ChronoJJ has a pretty direct style. He will find anything that's out and about, gathering resources where they shouldn't. Getting some walls up here. I really should have just built this area better, looking back in review on these games. Those 2 houses that aren't touching, and we could have just kind of walled the right side off fully as well and just get those vills super safe. Just give myself that peace of mind that I have a bit more time to work with here. He's going to come in with the medium hips, but decent micro from me. He tried to kind of pull a few, and I kind of redirect the main group into where his main group was, and he didn't really want to flip the game on a fight right there, and that's completely understandable. Defender's advantage. And a decent amount of units for myself. He's just sitting on top of me with his Pegasus, which is a bit annoying. Probably, I don't want to be forced into assess from there too early. Yeah, like looking at these barracks and this armory, it's just crap kind of placement, but that's okay. Getting our husbandry pickaxe in, we are going to be jumping onto the herdables, and our gold, we're going to start needing a bit more gold, and we got a few on gold. Centaur being a pain, we do shank him with the villagers, so take that, Centaur. And my medium come through. We're in this defender's choke point. The barracks are up, so Herdman can come out. He just has to kind of get out of there. So really happy now. I've managed to win a small trade as I had to move out to my second gold. We did get this next hunt patch. Going to be able to get this armory out. As you can see, we've spent all of our resources now. They're all nice and low. So yeah, things going decently. Now we've got the mass. He's kind of stopped spending. I'm suspicious of like him getting heroic age and getting these prodromos in and looking for a bronze push to kind of win the game at the second gold. So yeah, I kind of just want to get in his face a bit and pressure up. But obviously don't overdive. If I lose my units and he hits heroic and prodromos comes out, then I'm in a really, really tough spot. But at the same time, just putting this pressure on gives a little bit of pressure off myself. Going to move out for these other hunt spots, kind of diversify our resources around the map. Always good to do in these kind of heavy raid styles. As you can see, my gold's just way too open. That barracks behind the gold mine stops me running away. So yeah, not really happy with that on review, but things to work on, of course. And here he kind of dipped out of vision, and it's just kind of, he's just going to come for me, right? So I should just like sit here on my hunt and my gold, my dudes. He's got the Pegasus going around, and I'm kind of like, oh, where is he? Like, when you're playing a good opponent, then they're not just going to make a mistake where they don't raid you or something, right? So I just should have been there. I should have respected it. He gets a really nice raid on me. So this is a bit scary. And then my military select with the villagers, and this all gets like very messy. So yeah, kills a bunch of villagers here. I managed to get a counter raid at least though. So, we are kind of trading back. This is usually your best answer. Obviously, if I've been there to defend, catch the units out, and then kill the units and then pressure him, it's a better situation. But salvaging something here, we lost like 4 or 5 bills, I don't know, maybe 3, 4. So making the best of a bad situation. Should really just be like walling that all up now. There's hunt still in the corner. There's a gold mine there. There's a town center there. I should secure it. And yeah, there's the heroic age as suspected. So basically, he's probably going to come at me prodromos, seeing I'm mainly raiding cavalry here. So yeah, we're going to get the herdman out, of course. I'm sort of a believer in myself. I like longer classicals. That's just my gameplay. So I'm actually pretty happy to stay in the classical just for a little bit longer, get these herdmen out, have a few more villages, kind of play that way. Nice raid from JJ again, as you can see. This building placement just making nightmares for myself on that gold mine. Shouldn't be fighting this Hydra, giving it heads, so a little bit messy. The bronze comes through, but he's just underpopped, in my opinion. He's gone heroic too quick, but it's also a bit tough to play Odin later classical, where I think he's just stronger. So yeah, we're able to kind of beat the bronze away. So yeah, pretty happy with that. We need to get the hearses over, kill that Hydra as well. As you can see, just lots kind of going on in this game. A little bit scared leaving myself open for this raid again. I really should be covering that once again. My hearses have kind of left to go find this Hydra. Pretty aggressive. We do need to just get Herdman back on that spot to defend, and I do see some units just in the vision there, so we are going to send the Hersa back, and we are going to get a raid over on his gold mine too. So really good for us, and yeah, he didn't quite manage to get on the villagers. Obviously, Prodromos, a counter unit, they don't have super high base, so they not the best into the villagers. Still a decent unit, of course. Ceasefire forced. Yeah, I've just kind of outmassed him, overwhelmed him, and he does just need that gold mine to continue this game. So the ceasefire is going to come through. While that's happening, just going to use this time just to kind of get into his base a bit more on top of his villages, see what he's doing. If he doesn't move, then I'll kill him, and if he does move, then I've idled them. So pretty good trades for me. Causing a bit more issues in their base. Like I said, too many Prodromus and a Hydra there just to deal with, so we just got to get out. Keeping our units alive, really important. We do want this heroic to come through at some point. Now I've got the hearses and herdmen there, happy to take that fight in the middle and pull those raiders from the main base to his gold mine there and cause some issues. He's defending well, got some units there, but we have a big mass of units that are all going to come from this side. And put some real pressure on. Like to see myself pull those herdmen to the left side there. I think the small amount of units I pulled into his Prodromos wasn't the best, and you know, he traded decently there, but I have forced him off the gold, and it's going to be tough for him now, and now we can start dropping the barracks where we need to. Managed to catch these Prodromos looking for the raid. Nice to leave just a couple of herdmen there. He does a pretty good job of just catching these guys, trying to kind of get out of his base. So maybe a little overextension from me. Not paying full attention to them either, so a few losses there. And as you can see, we're not really up to the heroic age at all yet, but I'm pretty happy to just keep making the herdman if he's just going to make Prodromus Hippias. He's not really tech switched into any Hippaspis. Nor do I think he's really got the E-code to do that, so I'm happy just to continue with this unit comp and push hard into him. Gonna sell a bit of food, bit of wood, get ourselves to the next stage here. Frost's gonna be really, really useful. Gives us a lot of angles to kind of end the game, whether we freeze a bunch of villagers, kill his whole army, or freeze his army, kill all of his villagers, or you know, that kind of stuff. Losing track of my units a little bit here. They're a bit spread over the map, but we do get a nice raid on his villages there. The herdmen, I could have microed them a bit better, just like all onto one unit at a time, and trade pretty solidly. He does kill them, but he does lose a few, but it does mean he gets to open up on this raid. Luckily I've got some little walls here that do give me an escape route here. So we do keep most of them alive, but once again, yeah, idled again. This all could have kind of just been avoided with some good walls and base building, of course. Herdman managing to clear up there, and we still got heaps of hunt on this map just to keep utilizing. Don't need to think about kind of any farms or things at the moment. I got a lot of units to defend. You know, if he kills 5 villagers, the reality is that I'm going to be able to kill that many as well, just because we got the units, and he also has to gather at the same time, right? So committing to a spot does present an opportunity cost. Grabbing all of these eco-ups, probably should have had a bunch of them a bit earlier, but didn't happen. I thought I clicked my pickaxe, but must have not gone through or cancelled that at one point. Yeah, just a bit sloppy here when I hit the heroic. I did lose a lot of units. They were a bit spread over the map. We just needed to kind of consolidate and play a bit more controlled. And then we wouldn't have kind of lost these guys, and it would just, yeah, make a bit more sense kind of pushing somewhere. But now we've got the herdman in. We're going to kind of force him back, and I'm just trying to scout out where's he getting gold. I just want to kind of get barracks and vision on like everything. See some villagers back there, so the herdman can kind of just follow. He does a little split to try pull units, so just making sure we're paying attention there and not getting dragged around the map. So we're able to, yeah, play that one pretty nicely, follow these units while also sending a little raiding party up to him. Nice speed from his units. He really just did get away from them, but this wall providing its value here, paying itself off. And so we're just trying to, deal with these little raidy moments going along the map and just kind of slowly push ourselves towards him and create a position where we can kind of end the game on. Probably going to need some sort of siege to do a big push, or, you know, if he's going to kind of like hang out in his base for a little bit to consolidate and maybe sell some resources. So I'd use that opportunity to take the map. We want to just get a hill fort up here. I was really keen for this. This just kind of stops the angle where if I try to do anything to him, he just sends units here. So it means I can just jump into the hill fort, not lose units. He can't sit there and attack the hill fort because my herdman will get there in time, while I can get value elsewhere where he doesn't have a fort to garrison his villages in. Got a lot of food, got absolutely shit tons of favor. So we are going to just, get some Valkyrie out. Probably something I could have been spending on a bit earlier in the game, but, it didn't quite go that way. Maybe I was just APM maxed out. Or maybe food was going a bit up and down this game as I was moving around and getting raided. So nice work from JJ. Did mean there was a lack of Valks from my end, but now we're stable. They are going to come out. I still think they're such a good unit. Even Heroic Age, you still want to be making them. Really hard for Greek to deal with Mass Smith units, of course. Valk's looking around, can't find anything over there. We got some Rams now, so we can actually look to kind of siege his base. And we'll try coming with the Valks from the side here and grab some more villages. See him dropping down at a military academy. I think he's probably come to the realization that do need some other units to deal with these herdmen, whether that's Hoplite or Hephaestus, of course. Not going to be able to keep making cav into this many herdmen. The Valkyries are thrown into his base, onto his farms. So this is looking really, really good for me. And he's not going to be able to deal with this massive herdman now, and that is going to be the GG. Going to hear me yapping about the game afterwards, so we'll just kind of skip ahead onto the next one. Can hear me saying that was a bit of a tough game. Really having to just drive the APM versus JJ here to keep myself going. So jumping into the next one, this is going to be my home map. We are going to lock in Tundra, and we're going to play Loki. So reason I picked Tundra here is just I like the double food in the base. Loki wants to play a little more defensive. I can't play quite as aggressive as Odin. And yeah, I think it's reasonably wallable. Yeah, the abundance of food, so don't have to go into farm switches and things like that. I think it's a decent Norse map all around. Maybe there were some better maps to play, but I don't want to get too choky on the maps, too defensive, because Greek can actually obviously do really well on more defensive maps. Toxotes, forts, even centaurs and choke points make it really hard to deal with. Pretty happy with this map call, I think. So yeah, we'll play this one out here. Now I don't go for an early spy because I wanted to spy the centaur or the Atalanta. So we're holding that one in the bag, but I think we'll find out this game that I never use it. So playing Loki on hard mode, unfortunately, but that's tournament pressure for you. It is real, you do just, your brain does just go a bit blank and you kind of forget how to play Age of Mythology and you're just kind of like relying on your autopilot. But that's okay, Just getting the last bit of scouting down, just really scouting out my side of the map. Like I said, kind of with the Odin matchup, you kind of just got to secure your stuff first, and then play out. I see this relic here, and I'm saying he just can't have that relic. I just have to make sure I get it. I'd love to leave the hearse on my base, walling, defending, all of that kind of stuff. Obviously, North has a really hard time building, defending, but that relic is just too important. I'm going to have to go out and grab that one. I'm talking a little more this game. Maybe you can hear it over the recording. I did try to turn it down pretty quiet, but I think I was just trying to talk a bit more, just to kind of settle my nerves and just kind of recenter myself and think about the game I'm playing. Be like, why am I doing this? What am I doing? Rather than just kind of brute forcing out APM and not thinking about the game too much. I see the lure was bringing over one of those caribou, so snipe that one. I don't know if it stops and means that it will pull another one. I don't know. Maybe someone knows in the comments. So yeah, really got to secure this gold mine. Luckily, I've got back hunt this time. That's pretty safe. And my 2 back forests are really beautiful this game to stop them kind of coming into the back of my base and messing around there. But obviously the forward berries, this hunt and the gold mine are going to be areas of a bit of pressure. I know a 4-minute build with Loki. I should have just done it. But we're going to go for the 417 here again. Going to leave us open for a bit of pressure. But of course, one more Vil, a little more resources eco if they're not getting idled too much. So, you know, probably in hindsight here, should just be committing to that kind of 4-minute up. Faceti going to come through. In my opinion, no real other option in this matchup unless you are Soup and you are just a genius and a god at this game. But I'm not, so we will be playing that. Force dropping, we just want to get hearses out. You can hear me saying I want the relic, but I need to defend. You could just already freaking out with the pressure. And we're finally getting some Hersa out here. JJ comes over with the scout whacking this. I kind of lose track of this, and you'll see a really nice move from JJ. He just hits my villager now. You'll see it going out of vision, and he hits it towards the center. Such a nice play from JJ, and it's going to get him a villager kill. So, yeah, credit where credit's due. Really nice move from Chrono there to catch that one out. Forcing some idle time onto the back hunt, and of course now down a villager. But we do pick this relic up, so obviously happy about that one. But here comes the harass. Atalanta coming into my base. She is just going to ignore everything and go straight for the dwarves. So, yeah, forcing me out of there. Probably should just be putting the dwarves back on and just putting Healing Spring down right away and kind of surviving through. If I put Healing Spring down now in between all 3 resources, all of these villagers are going to be healing up while the game's going on. Getting these back walls up, really value these back walls. Nice little raid from JJ again, just to force some idle time. But yeah, him not being able to come into my base and come out the back, he has to kind of come in and turn around and come back out. Really, really important. As you can see, he's hitting the wood. He's idling the food. So things are looking pretty tough. Kind of predicted this next centaur coming in. I did see it on my vision, but it's a very kind of classic like bait and switch. Pull them one way while a unit on the other side is going to come in. Getting this longhouse up with the house, just stopping him coming through my base onto that gold mine. He will have to kill the temple or the walls to get there now. Gonna grab pickaxe just because we've not been able to spend the wood. We don't really have the favor for Hall of Thanes yet. Things aren't really up and going. So yeah, just gonna grab that pickaxe and just help my economy. Getting some Herdman out now, obviously being such a hard counter. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit scary for him to come in. Obviously, he feels kind of the pressure. I'm kind of just using my body and my HP just to kind of keep his units busy. I just don't want his units on my villages, so yeah, using the units like that. Some nice pressure from the side on JJ again, just kind of starting on that temple, making a unit respond, seeing if we can cause a bit more chaos. And yeah, we really just want a lot on food now. Hall of Fame's coming through, so this is going to make things a lot nicer to play with my faster units. And then obviously getting the Eyes of the Forest in too, going to help a lot. Yeah, I shouldn't really be taking those trades with one Herdman. Kind of forces the Healing Spring out of me. And yeah, heal him back up. Managed to get our first unit pick here, so that's nice for us. But yeah, I'm like being idled and lost a villager. You can kind of see in the score difference here. He's in a really nice spot. He's kind of gone missing on my map now, which is why you see me send that Berserk out to the side. I was like, as soon as I kind of don't see anything or this pressure kind of alleviates a little bit, you get suspicious and the Spidey senses do start tingling. Just keeping our units around our base. We don't need to chase and overextend right now. And Berserk scouting down, and I think Eyes of the Forest is in now, so you can see as I'm scouting that like vision staying open on the map. He's got a center on the right hand side, not sure why. Don't know. He was just leaving it there in case or whatever, but yeah, they kind of cross paths, so Berserker's going to kind of get chased down and followed. This is a bit of a silly move from me. I don't think I should just be, yeah, I need to be a bit more careful. Obviously my camera's there so I can react, but Yeah, I just need to be careful. Don't really want to lose hearses. Dropping that wall there, just keeping things a bit more secure. Don't know why I don't put a wall around this temple or a barracks in front of that temple or just something. It just shouldn't be open like that. Also, I don't think the tower upgrade would go amiss as well. It would keep that temple kind of safe. And then if crenellations comes through, it's obviously really nice into all of the Hippias he's making. I'm just saying on the mic, I don't know if you can hear my voice too well. I'm just saying I want to find this armory and I make a bit of a mistake here. I think this should just be like one hearse or one herdman and just commit to the scouting with one guy. Obviously, if I send a few units out, he can raid me at my base. I open myself up elsewhere. All these units can just get caught and killed. I do see the armory, so I'm like, yeah, heroic's coming, right? So we need to get ourselves there. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit hard to play into the bronze. Kind of want flaming weapons to deal with the bronze a bit, and obviously having the battle boar is super nice. Yeah, he's going to kill this temple. This hurts me a lot, especially when you're like in this position where gold's really tough. My troll pops out of the temple, which I forgot about. Atalanta's going to come in and wipe that. So yeah, pretty messy. You can just see I'm just suffering from not looking after that temple better. And we're going to lose a couple of units on the way here. We've got our healing spring now with a few herdmen, so yeah, he's a bit apprehensive to go any further, but on the way out he gets a really nice villager kill as well. So JJ definitely ahead in this game right now. I'm going to kill a bit of hunt for a bit of favour, why not? Not too sure what else to do with those units. I see that heroic age pop now. Atalanta's still being a pest. I have no idea why I make the temple here. Just make the wall and make the temple somewhere else. This is just really dumb play from me. Wasted so much time just trying to fit that temple there too. But that's okay. We live and we learn. I'll learn from these mistakes. JJ making a trade here, but as you can see, I micro my herdman really well, and we each go onto the Hippias, and I get an Iron Hairy spawn. This is exactly what I needed to survive this game. My second gold situation was looking really scary. I take out like 4 or 5 Hippias there and make a couple others very low. Massive pickup for me. Get that relic back in the temple, make sure he doesn't grab it. And then, of course, we're going to need barracks. My armory isn't up. I'm not even going to the next age yet. This is just, yeah, pretty messy, guys. Pretty messy. So, obviously, the Hippaspis are going to be coming out now. Deal with these Hirsa Herdman comp. We can't move out for gold yet, so the dwarves just got to go on to something else. And we're going to go up to the next age. Moving a bunch of villagers over to wood because throwing axemen is something we just need right now. And yeah, as you can see, my temple just getting pressured and this just shouldn't happen. Lots of idols to fix. I'm going out for that hunt, but that's a bit spooky. He could have units on the other side. I don't even know what's there. I've not walled it. We're housed, we're low on wood, and then I repair the temple in his face and I lose 3 hearses for it. So yeah, really disastrous. The control just hasn't been here, but you know, we're holding on and see what we can do. Credit to JJ, his pressure and his unit control has been great. As you can see, JJ is no stranger to this game. He is no newbie at all. He catches my hunt at this time as well, and we're going to lose another villager and get idled off our food. And he's pushing into my base, and here I'm like really scared. I wonder if he bronzes now, if it's really good. Obviously, I'm going to advance with flaming weapons, and I think he sees that and goes, I'm not going to bronze here. We want to save bronze for his gold mine. Yeah. And he gets another raid on these villagers. Just really nice pressure from JJ, and I'm not kind of responding totally correctly here. You can see just how messy things can get. We do manage to force him out though, so we do live another day. And time to get out to a gold mine. We've not been gathering any gold. Gonna make that wall finally, and we're gonna drop a market. We are gonna have to sell some food and wood here just to keep going. Don't really want to walk out for any food right now. There's a bronze on the table. We got to really just survive that. So yeah, he's going to come through and start the pressure on this gold mine. Managed to force those guys away. and get a couple more picks. I've got 3 herdmen up there. We just need that hunt right now. If I don't have that hunt, this game's super tough. So we're just going to leave them there for any little raids. Obviously, he wants most of his force here for his bronze. So yeah, we just have to turn and fight this, right? He's going to bronze. I'm going to flaming weapons. And we're going to get really nice micro with these throwing axemen. The herdmen going to push those Hippias away a little bit. I think he should have ignored them and got onto my throwing axemen with his Hippias. But we managed to kind of get the angle and get the fight here and yeah, continue playing this game. So learning from our previous mistakes last game, we're going to put these buildings in front of my gold mine and try to keep that nice and secure. And yeah, spend this wood, get more buildings out. Gatherers over to gold here. We just can't really afford dwarves while making units right now. We do have that hunt pack, so I can make gatherers. I'm also making throwing axemen, so we're not fully food heavy. Yeah, just selling a little bit more, evening things up, just get this hill fort up. As soon as this hill fort's up, I can play the game. We're dropping another healing spring here. I just couldn't spend the favor on myth units right now. I don't really want trolls. I can't afford battle boars, right? So I think another healing spring makes sense. We're going to heal all these units up so get some value. And also it's a really good position to fight on. He can't really push into a hill fort and a healing spring. One little herdman, kind of trying to bait him in here. He doesn't take the bait. Yeah, nice kind of game knowledge and respect from JJ there. But we're going to give us the opportunity to just get these walls in. And now we're going to see the backbone of the Norse army coming out. We need these Jarls, all right? The Jarls deal with, they trade fine into the Hippias, of course, and they kind of negate his Hippaspis. I need something to be a front line and tank Hippaspis and not get kind of kited around, and the Jarls really deal with that. Same in the Egyptian matchup. They kind of sort the Axeman problem out for Norse. Now we've got a nice position here. We've got our walls up, right? We've got our hill fort up. So now we can push, right? Because it's hard for him to counter raid. As you can see, my army's looking really nice right now with these units. The unit comp we've got going, the Herdman Jarl TA. So happy with that. But still really behind in score from those villager losses. But we're going to force him off this gold mine and start knocking down his walls. I really kind of need to start thinking what I'm going to do for the rest of this game now. I really would like to see myself actually play for kind of town centers and are a bit more control on the map. I've got this weird kind of pressure for some reason that I need to kind of push and get something out of this game. But I think just keep playing controlled is the way to go. Kill that wall off. Just going to retreat the Rams back. I really don't want to lose them. They're such a valuable unit. So come in, hit that wall, and come out and live to fight another day. Missing a gate on that wall. You're going to see the villagers kind of take the long way around, which is very spooky. This villager not finishing those houses. Obviously a landlord wants higher rent prices. And yeah, as you can see, those villagers going around, pretty spooky. He's going to try catch these rams out. And I still don't notice that there's no gate. And I think they're just going to do the exact same move again. Unfortunate, but that is what it is. Getting barracks up around the map. Just make sure he's not sneaking kind of my gold mines. Don't really want that happening. And we got a temple up now on the front, allowing our battle board to come out. Would love to see a bit more going into the battle boards as well. We've got a nice amount of favor. We are making another one here. And yeah, we're kind of feeling a bit of pressure to push, like I said before. Yeah, I think we just need to play a bit slower and controlled. And yeah, still not noticing that fucking gate in the wall. Those guys were idle for ages as well. So yeah, I think I should have just spent a bit more time on my economy and managing that and working out what to do. Yeah, kind of just pushing. It's not going too great. I haven't found any villages to raid. He's got a raiding party out to the top there, so I kind of see that. And This is such a silly move. If his raiders are up there, it means he can come flank me, right? So I shouldn't be pushing here. As you can see, I kind of go in. I'm like, where's your fort? Where's your gold? Let's go get it. But as you can see, those Hippias are just going to instantly come back. And they're going to look to try catch me out. And then now that these Hippias are here, these throwing axemen are looking very, very silly. My herdmen just aren't here to deal with them. I wasn't full pop. I shouldn't be fighting. This is cardinal sin. But now I'm here. We're just going to make the most of a bad situation. Let's try kill as many things as possible. Deletes his building there so he can get onto my TA. Right call from JJ there. He's going to kind of like melt up all of my dudes. We don't even kill this fortress. So yeah, pretty unfortunate. Lose 2 battle balls for it. Really put myself behind there. But yeah, we do kind of trade something back. So it's not the end of the world. His villages are obviously all idle at this point and repairing. So yeah, some value, some value. Obviously seeing some villagers walking over there, we're going to respond with some Jarls. Going to get the other attack up for my guys. Looking for some food. Luckily there's a little Auroch patch there that I can go to. Yeah, I just need to get my units all together here. Herdman doing a lot of work here. He's obviously got like Thracian horses or something through now, so those guys are really strong. Missing Swine Array. I think I didn't get it soon enough. Really should have got that upgrade a bit sooner. And kind of missing my heavy upgrades and things too. So yeah, there's just like, look at my pop, look at my upgrades. I feel like I'm just trying to do a bit too much here. I don't know why I'm feeling this pressure. Maybe I'm like, is he on a 2 TC and I just don't know right now. But yeah, now we've got a few villages out, so things are starting to move. Just I can't tell the difference between throwing axemen and herdmen. They look so similar. Getting another hill fort up here, really nice. Kind of control the center of the map. Gives me a really nice position to move left and right and somewhere to go back to or to push from. So really love these hill forts in the middle and the gold mine. Seeing my gold's a bit low, my wood's really high. So yeah, just moving a bunch of my gatherers over onto gold. Nothing wrong with that. Should mean that I can also start making a bit more dwarves out if I needed as well. We've got our heavy upgrades through now. Swine arrays coming through. Plows coming through. So yeah, we're sort of stabilizing out here. And we're still staying in arms reach of his score. So pushing a little bit here. Just trying to put a little bit of pressure on and just take some of these buildings away from him. He swung his units all the way around on the left for a really nice raid here. Gonna notice that one. Fortunately, my units are kind of in the middle of the map, and we can kind of respond. And while he's kind of doing that, we can kind of keep pressuring these buildings. These villagers can kind of just dip through this wall to the other side of the map and pick up in the hunt there. So that's not too bad. And these swine array herdmen are gonna do really, really well. So do get some nice trades and then a little Valkyrie spawn, I think, over there. So really nice for me. Still really need to just be like getting into this full pop, but my food's idled. I can't really make anything right now. Gold's kind of come idle. So things are a bit messy. So yeah, I want to see myself kind of back up here and not get caught out, which I do. So another nice play from JJ to go for the raid and then swing back on my units. But here we're just going to try throwing axemen, kind of missing here. But now that they're attacking this ram, unfortunately, yeah, bit of miss micro from JJ there. Even though he kind of had a nice angle to get it on me, we did manage to hold. As you can see, this unit comp, how just well it works. And now we're looking pretty good, getting close to full pop here. But yeah, I would have loved another town center, as I was saying for myself. Maybe this one on the right, and then we can start playing down the right-hand side of the map, which seems to be where a lot of these gold mines are. Yeah, you can hear myself saying, I think I need a TC. So what we're going to do to get this TC, we're going to run Jarls into his base. He's going to have to respond to that. Those guys can kind of just exist in this base for a long time with the amount of HP they have. While that's happening, we're going to get the TC up. Yeah, as you can see, I've pulled all of these units. If he has a pacifist, they can't do anything to stop the TC into my throwing Axeman ball. And yeah, we're going to lose these guys. We kill a few villagers. As you can see, just shift-clicking through onto those like an absolute pest. My Valkyrie spawn coming in handy here too. These units are going to be able to come down and deal with that. And now we can get our dwarves going, which is finally what I've been wanting this game. One town center just pumping out dwarves onto gold. Get through these gold mines. I can sell gold. I can make lots of units. All of that good stuff. Crazy mountain giant spawn here. So obviously been keeping a few of these units alive for a little bit, and they are gathering a good amount of favor. Bit more forward building going on as well. And we're going to put a hill fort up in this position. Really love this style with Norse, using your kind of units to control the map by getting hill forts and buildings and all of that good stuff up. And now we're kind of cooking. Eco looks really settled now. We have 2 town centers. We've got farms going. We've got wood. We're still on a bit of hunt. I see a little store house there, so I suspect there's a villager in the corner or something, so we go to investigate. He makes a push onto this hill fort with his Hippias, but at this point I'm not too stressed about that hill fort. It's not actually protecting anything of mine. It's more of like a bonus to have that one there. Don't need it to play the game, so we're going to let him take that one, and we're going to be able to get our builds through onto these Aurochs, and we're going to be able to kind of put a pressure on him to kind of trade. Unfortunately, I don't really build enough herdman force when I start trading into these Hippias here, and he kind of recognizes that. Yeah, find the storehouse and kill a militia. Yeah, he kind of recognizes that, and he's just going to kind of get on top of them all. Just needed to consolidate my dudes a little bit more and then come back out on those Hippias there. But obviously we get his fort down on this side, so we're going to force him onto the other side of the map for gold. We've got control of the right. That center one, he could maybe get a fort up there, but we can swing around and deal with that as well. So probably suspect next place is that left gold mine by that town center in the pond. Now I've got all these Aurochs, this gold mine. Yeah, things are feeling really, really good for me. Would love to take full pop fights with Loki. Loki scales with population. More units fighting, the more favor and the more myth units. He gets a nice pick here. I'm kind of moving around with these rams, and I just should have taken the longer way around. We're going to try kite and kill some dudes. And he does a really nice little micro move here. These guys come in, as you can see, and as I go to do something else, my herdmen all follow and leave my throwing axemen out to die. Sorry, fellas. So another really nice trade from JJ here. We lost a lot of population, but we know he's probably hurting as well. We don't know how many TCs he's on yet, really, but yeah. At least he's got to move all the way to the other side of the map for that gold mine. So this town center grab from me, I think, was just such a good call. That Jarl raid into the town center grab really changed this game for me. So looking back on this one here, that really was a nice move to keep myself in this game. And yeah, we see he's got this TC on this side now. We've kind of got this right side locked down with a fort, and we got some barracks there that we can deal and respond. So this Berserk building out some barracks. And we're going to get another fort in the middle here, and then just kind of play into this town center and this gold mine. Keeping the rams safe, we're just going to kill those walls off. These guys unfortunately got to run a marathon for the next gold mine, but as you can see, JJ's under pressure. Lots of low vills from that initial fight we had. I'm super down. Let's convert some berserks. Let's keep everything all cushy over on this side of the map. And just deal with that one, and now we can just start pushing him and saying, hey, you've got units over here, they're going to get hard countered, and yeah, forcing a ceasefire out here. So he's going to be able to get his fortress up, but this gives me a bit of time. I don't hate this, we're going to be able to get some more walls up and just make sure we're all safe to push. So the way we are safe to push is we protect everything else, so he can't come hit these raids. Now we can move just a few more walls, why not? Now we can kind of bring our main force over this side, and this is where we can win the game. We finally found ourselves an angle on how can I end and finish this game, right? So there's so much to do, 27 minutes of chaos, but now I finally see a light at the end of the tunnel to say, this town center, this gold mine, you need it. If you don't get it, you lose the game. So recognizing that, we're just going to play it a little slow, right? You know, we've got units finishing these walls, not all of my population's there to fight. Yeah, let's not overcommit and lose all these guys, and then maybe he lives and it goes a bit later or something. So yeah, absolutely just taking this one controlled step by step, getting all my units there. Getting some more rams out so we can kind of progress into this. My favor's really building up here now too. Probably should have just been spamming battle boars, but you know what? We forgot about it. So yeah, let's look for another flaming weapons angle to end this game. He's just used ceasefire. I don't think he's going to have the favor for another one anytime soon. So this is pretty good news for me. Got the wall upgrade now. So yeah, laming up nice and hard. We're going to make a little push on this side of the map too while we push on this one. And the ram's going to do nice and get in on that fort there. Jarl's doing amazing in this matchup. The Jarl Herdman mix, I just absolutely love it. And we catch him taking this town center with only a handful of vills. We're going to come through the rams and try to deny that one while we manage to push on this side. Get those guys onto the town center as well. All his villages are idle, repairing that. And yeah, we're denying this TC on the right hand side. So a lot of resources kind of lost for ChronoJJ here. My fortified TC comes up. So yeah, we just want to pull back and just, yeah, get full pop, and then click flaming weapons basically. Sorting these villages out. Our gold situation's great. So yeah, let's get some farms and some wood going. He's taking a decent fight here. It's looking a little bit messy for me. But now my herdmen are here. And I have so many buildings. Look at my queue. It's just absolutely full. And you can hear me saying, we've got a flaming weapons here. Kind of licking my lips, rubbing my fingers together. Click the unfun, no fair button. As you can see, look, I'm not just diving into him. I'm kind of just posturing, like, in his face. As you can see, make him just come into me. He kind of comes into my units, which is great for me. I keep my baller units safe at the back. And I know this fight's just going to go well with flaming weapons, so let's fix up the economy. Check back, and yeah, it's a bit of a slaughter. So really, really nice for me there. And that's going to be GG on that one. Tough one, tough one. What a game. Real banger. Nice 30-minute banger. Yeah, just telling JJ his start was insane. And yeah, I'm exhausted after that one, guys. So yeah, let's jump into the third game here. This one here is obviously the unknown, the third map. I picked Ra. I was up 2-0, so I was kind of like in a good position. If I win the next series 2-1 and going 2-1 on this, I think life is pretty good. And Ra being a bit of a main god of mine, so I was like, yeah, let's try it. I don't think he's very strong right now. I think he's in a rough place. So maybe not the best call in a tournament. But yeah, we're going to give it a go. So pretty similar philosophy in this matchup. We are versus Poseidon again. We did get the triple Poseidon. Obviously, being able to play, you can't repeat God you win with in the series, right? So Loki and Odin are off the cards for me. But as JJ hasn't won with the Poseidon yet, he can do this one again. And obviously the unknown, we don't know what's out there. So getting the priest out, getting the obelisks, all that good stuff. We're not empowering the monument early. I don't think it's good. You lose too much food for little gain. It's only at 60%, so it's priest empowerment. So you lose 40% kind of bonus there. So yeah, I just want the pharaoh on the food. And then I can move the pharaoh into the monument when I, have a bit more on spread on both resources. Finding a nice amount of goats, which will kind of be really good. So you see, I've kind of got forward chickens and hunt, and my gold's kind of forward again. Got back berries, so that's nice. Obviously with Ra, with the bonus of the berries. Always happy when your berries are safe. But yeah, pretty tricky with those 2 forward food sources there, and this gold mine kind of just sticking out a little bit. Forest is really going to help me in front of that gold mine though, so thank God for that spawn. You got to have something kind of go your way, I guess. Now I put a villager on making houses really early. I just think super necessary. Into these aggressive gods, you just have to get that thing secure. You don't have the units like he does early, so you got to defend it with some buildings. So temple's going to come up, going to pop that one right there, block him getting through. So really happy with that temple placement. Like I said, that forest was really, really nice for me. Going to spam that one up. I do usually know how to format it with Ra, but this one, because we put the early house builder on, it's going to turn it into a 4-17. But given how well my base is built up, I think that's okay. You'll see players like Kavoth and stuff always up later and just have good building placement, so kind of going with that philosophy there. Going up through Ptah. Yeah, Bast I find a little scary into the Atalanta, but maybe Bast is better, I'm not too sure. I think Ptah is alright, and I just need to commit to lots of widgets and things like that. And just getting the last little bit of my base locked up here, so my gold mine is all good to go. If my food gets harassed, I can go back onto those berries, and we should be able to be alright. Yeah, I suspected he was going to go Ares here. I think it's correct. I think this god is an absolute nightmare for Ra to deal with. The Cyclops Pestilence Bronze kind of thing at the second gold. Really, really tough for Ra to deal with. And I've seen JJ play this before into Ra and kind of absolutely dominate Ra players. I spoke to him after this game. Pretty sure he said he doesn't really win with Hermes into Ra here, and he loves his Cyclops play. Cyclops going to come through doing heaps of damage to this house, but we're going to get a couple of priests out, and Advance is going to hit, and the widget's there, so he's going to have to walk away, and we managed to keep gathering gold. Probably overspent on the priest there. I think 1 priest, 1 widget's fine. I made double priest. So yeah, maybe I should have saved that gold and got another barracks out. Got the barracks out quicker. His units are going to come through. I see them in the obelisk vision coming into my base. Really love these empowered obelisks they give. I'm just going to cancel that barracks. He can just like walk in and bash it with the Cyclops. So I just said, you know what, we'll respect and we'll do that and build it a bit safer. Harassing onto my wood. He's going to find a priest. Yeah, just not really on top of the unit control here. Try to come heal this one too. But yeah, those heroes just make short work of that guy. We're going to be jumping onto a straggler tree here, moving my vills back onto those safer berries. And now we can start getting some units out. But yeah, food situation hurting a little bit here. I think we're even going to have a little bit of idle TC. We are. So yeah, things just a bit rough. We're not playing this on too clean. Really don't need 8 on gold. I think 6 is completely fine here. And the rest should just be going to food. Really want to see myself a lot more wood and more monuments here. I want 2 or 3 monuments. I want to see myself making widgets here. Yeah, I think I'm really kind of misplaying so far on this one. Obviously replace that obelisk. That should come up nice and quick. See a Hippocon just surveying the area down there. Hippias, sorry. So we're just going to send some spearmen down, see if we can't give that guy a little poke with the spears. Pre-king husbandry, I'm going to have to use these chickens and my herdables. So yeah, good to get that one. See him coming around the back here. Try to get our spearmen in position here. Going to pull those villagers back. Very scared of the Cyclops, so just pulling away from him. He can't really path around the berries, so we actually find a nice position. The priests are on the tower here, so they can just jump in the tower. So pretty lucky with that berry positioning there. Able to avoid the Cyclops, the big chunky boy. So that's nice for us. We can, keep on playing this game. So yeah, at this point, I've got too much gold. They should just be on food and wood. I should just have another monument. I should just be making Wadgets and full spearmen out here, I think. And yeah, they have that stacking divine kind of poison damage, so they actually deal with myth units really, really well. And the Cyclops being so slow, they're not going to dodge and juke him. The Cyclops, if they kind of walk into their range, should just take a lot of damage. And enough spearmen should mean I can just kind of body block and deal with Atalanta, get us around and kind of knock her down. Got the medium spares through now. I think maybe a little early on that tech. I don't have enough spearmen to justify it. But that's alright, we're going to make a few more. And now we're seeing the Hephaestus come out. And as soon as I see the Hephaestus came out, I got a little concerned how to progress this game. I think the correct answer here is getting Spearman Slinger Wadgets out. Slings of the Sun. Electrum Bullets, sorry, not Slings of the Sun. And playing out that way. But my decision here is that I want to go heroic to deal with this. And you can hear me saying on the mic, do I just need to go heroic? Is just camels the answer here? But the reality for this position here is that there's just the gold situation is just not good enough for me to sort of deal with that. I should just be playing for this TC, the 2 gold mines and the hunt up on the top. So I should just be going full pop and playing for them. And I think if I spend 1,300 resources on units, I don't think he can push with the bronze, so to say. Or I can be pushing him and raiding him and all that good stuff. But as you can see, I'm looking for this heroic age. And we're going to kind of have a look with these spearmen, see what's going on, and just kind of follow these Hippias. I can kind of feel he's like baiting me in here. Hephaestus or Cyclops might be nearby. You can see me just searching for them. There they kind of are. And yeah, as you can see, I've got this favor of food and gold sorted. We're going to go to the next age and see what we can do. But yeah, I just think the gold situation is too tough to do this. I'd love to see myself just grabbing armory ups, 4 or 5 barracks, mass Wadgets. I need to be really careful with those priests and Wadgets there. I just was kind of over pushing. Obviously with the Cyclops as well, the priest range isn't like super necessary because they got to come into you a bit. Obviously priest range helps and you get more damage out as they come in, but it's not like I'm versus Centaur or a Satyr or something like that where I really want that range. So yeah, we're going up through Sobek, which kind of could work. Like I said, I think if I had secured these gold mine and this hunt and then I get that town center, then I can just be auto-queuing villages to that gold mine on that top TC, and I'd have the monuments and be able to make the myth units that I need for this game. Can't really beat his unit comp unless I've like full camels somehow, but even then the Cyclops are just gonna probably eradicate them all. But I just don't have the eco to defend a push and kind of go into that. I can't really raid someone who can just walk at me and end the game. And I didn't really recognize that. Raiding just isn't an option here for me. If I send any amount of units out to the side, he's going to walk at my gold mine with his like death ball. Yeah, look how ugly all of this is. This heroic choice was just pretty shocking. I see the Pegasus on the top side. I feel like I should have just gone for the Migdol up on that town center straight away. But I see these units over here, so yeah, it's a bit scary. As you can see, just like, how do I deal with this? Really, really tricky. So we're going to be forced to Migdol at home. It's a really ugly Migdol blocking farms. Sorry that you guys have to watch this, but also credit to JJ playing a really nice game here into the Ra. Bit sloppy right now. Got a good amount of priests and some Wadgets out. Would love to just see 5 or 6 Wadgets here. I've still got some favor to spend. Got a bit of wood in the bank, so it's probably the right call if I did that. Now we got to get out to a gold mine. Because his army's all on the top side, we're just going to go to the bottom right. But maybe a really good opportunity to kind of just send my spares at his units a bit more and just kind of dance around and just buy as much time as possible. But yeah, out of food in my base. I don't have any farms, so yeah, this heroic age has just shot myself in the foot, I think. So we're going to get down here and get our Migdol up. He's going to come for another raid. Going to kill 2 villagers. No, 1, I think. Yeah, not what I need right now. And yeah, big scary army coming for me with these Cyclops and my units bugging around that obelisk. I was like freaking out there, but he doesn't push in. I guess that choke point was a little too much for him. I delete that granary because I just couldn't deal with those units being like that. But yeah, now I'm in this pickle. How do I even make camels? Which is why I went to the heroic age. Yeah, it's looking pretty nasty. His Pegasus is going to fly over, so he knows exactly where to go. We're trying to distract with a couple of camels, pull some units, but he's only going to follow with a couple of Hippias. He's going to look to come over here. Getting some vision up just to see when his stuff's coming and kind of give me a bit more time to work out what's going on. Starting to get some farms in now, bit of wood and gold to sell, try to keep things ticking over. As you can see, I would have loved my Migdol not to be there so I could actually play some farms. I think even my armory at the back there is just shocking. And then, yeah, if I hadn't made enough mistakes this game already, I think I'm going to think that I can take this town center for some reason shortly. Got a lot of gold coming in. Would just love to see myself just spam Migdols here and have crenellations, but I don't even have that. I don't think so. I've got the tower up, so that's a start. But yeah, I just need to be playing for this all in. And as you can see, I've just not really thought about that this game. Kind of holding my locust. I kind of don't want to locust the vills. It can be a soft counter to bronze because it's divine damage. So the extra stats from bronze aren't going to negate damage from the locust. It's still going to do its maximum damage. We're finding ourselves housed and our camels caught out. 2 camels. Yeah, like they can't be losing any of this stuff right now. Little raid here going on. We're trying to make it scrappy, but as you can see, JJ's kind of starting to straighten up and come for me. Clicking that range, we just need some food, we just need some units. Yeah, he's responding to those raids nicely up there. And then yeah, as you can see, I'm going to grab this TC. It should just be a Migdol. I need walls, I need Migdols, I need to build properly so that I can defend. I need chariot archers for these Sepaspus. Yeah, this is just a really, really silly call on my behalf. But that's all right. We've learned a lot from this game, just watching it back and talking it through with you guys. So this is really cool. It's really good to do. He's got bronze, so I'm just checking and just seeing where his units are, see them all, kind of almost bait him in. And now, oh Lord, he coming. Yeah, imagine if I actually had the units to kind of deal with this right now, or another Migdol. But yeah, we're going to jump onto this gold mine now, and now we've got 2 town centers going with rain, so we do have a bit of food. If we hold now, then things are okay, but looking at how things are going, I just don't think I have what it takes to hold. My queue is just empty. I'm not really getting the units out. I don't have my armory ups. For some reason, I think I can get heavy camels here. Like, yeah, it's just looking pretty tough. And he has a boatload of Cyclops. So yeah, not being able to do much here. And this obelisk just parving everything out again. Really annoying. We do manage to flip the army. My locust could have been better. I should have done it like the perpendicular to the way I casted it. But yeah, he's kind of just obliterating my dudes. And now I have to run with these slow units. I'm not jumping through like double Migdols and being able to play around there. It's just a Migdol in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, he's just going to be harassing everything, killing that, taking it down. Now I've got nobody kind of on gold there. My food situation's tanked again. So yeah, this is looking pretty losing from here, guys. All of these priests just, yeah, getting absolutely slaughtered. We're going to get in this Migdol at least, get back out, See if we can live to fight another day. Going to shift these villagers out of here. These guys I need to sort. We're going to sneak off into the side. See if he doesn't catch them. Drop up a Migdol here. He's obviously heard the shift sand go down. So, and I saw that giraffe looking like it was eaten. So I thought he might have vills there. So I didn't want to go take it as much as I would have loved to. JJ's already got a stable here. So really nice gameplay from JJ on this gold control. And now his units are going to swing around. He's got Prodromos coming out, which are going to do pretty good into my camels as well. And yeah, he's going to catch some vills there. I need to get my camels over. But yeah, we've still got like 6, 7, 8 Cyclops on the field. Not too sure what I'm going to do about those. Still got a little bit of priest. But yeah, we are just super idled. We can't even get any gold. And look, he's already just really nice control of micro from JJ, just pulling my units away. I don't know, I just in the mindset, I'll just send them there and it'll be fine. Shouldn't even chase these, but I do. And now, yeah, here come the myth units and all the Hibiscus. And I am not looking too flash here. Maybe if I'd shifted away from his bronze as well as another option or something. But yeah, I think the main issue here, guys, is I think I just chose the wrong strat. Like I said, the heroic. Yeah. You can hear me kind of being annoyed at Ra's state here, but I think I just really misplayed this one, and well played to JJ, so that is GG. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. So that one finishes up 2-1 to me. One more game to go versus Gama Judah to finish the group stage. Yeah, cheers for watching, guys. See you at the next one.